Welcome to the 2021 commencement exercises for Savannah Chatham County Public Schools. This safety announcement is provided to advise you of some important reminders in case of an emergency. In the event the venue has to be evacuated, please identify and move towards the nearest exit in an orderly manner and move to a safe destination. If you need help finding the nearest exit, please ask an attendant or police officer. If you or a loved one is separated from your group, notify a police officer for assistance. In the event of a medical emergency, EMS personnel are on site and equipped to respond. Please alert event staff to the need for assistance. For all other emergencies, see one of the police officers stationed around the venue for assistance. District personnel will alert other first responders if additional assistance is required. While attending this event, we may experience extreme heat conditions. You're encouraged to drink plenty of water, which is available at the concession stands, and closely monitor yourself and your loved ones. Any signs of heat distress should be reported to a first responder immediately. Thank you for your attention. We hope you have a safe and enjoyable graduation ceremony.
Welcome to the commencement exercises for our graduates. We're excited to have you with us here today to celebrate the class of 2021. As a reminder, all participants and guests are required to wear a mask at all times. Social distancing requirements remain in place. This is a happy occasion, a milestone, a true defining moment for our graduates. Therefore, we ask that you refrain from any behavior that would detract from the ceremony. Noise-making devices are not permitted during the ceremony. Security staff will be on site to enforce this provision, and guests who do not abide will be removed from the graduation ceremony. Guests are asked to hold their applause until all of the graduates' names have been called. It is of utmost importance that family members and guests be allowed to hear the name of their graduate. Congratulations to the class of 2021.
Good afternoon. Please stand. Gentlemen, please remove your caps. join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, and please remain standing for our national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We'd like to thank the Herschel V. Jenkins Junior ROTC program for supporting the Savannah Arts graduation today. Let's give them a round of applause. You may be seated. Well, good afternoon to probably one of the most exciting days of the last 14 months. This is the first time we've been together as a group since Wednesday, March 11th. Now, I know that the last day before spring break last year was Friday, March 13th. But the majority of you skipped Thursday and Friday. And I have the list right here. Those of you that skipped last year, the 12th and 13th, I had the list, but we are forgiving you for that. So again, probably one of the most exciting days of our year. And again, good afternoon and welcome to the beautiful T.A. Wright Stadium on the campus of Savannah State University. I understand they have a new president, and we'd like to thank her for allowing us this opportunity. We've all waited anxiously for this day to arrive. For 13 years, many of you have imagined what this day, what graduation would look like for your firstborn. Others of you have experienced a high school graduation at the Savannah Civic Center, football stadium somewhere, or a different venue in a different state or country with your older children. We are pleased to be on this beautiful campus and want to take this opportunity to welcome each of you and thank our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Ann Levette, SCCPSS Board of Education, Dr. Joe Buck, District 1 Board of Education Trustee, Mrs. Denise Grabowski, and let's give her a round of applause. This is her first one of many, we hope. And please email her with your concerns. Email me, I'll give you your email address. And of course, our favorite, Miss Bernadette Ball Oliver and her team at Secondary Governance and Curriculum and Instruction for working tirelessly to put all of this together. A tough year, but they managed to pull off a graduation for all of us. In the great words of FDR, I will be sincere, brief, and be seated. Just ask the staff about that. There's an old saying that all good things must come to an end. Today, however, is not the end. Seniors, you have laughed at and have many memories to cherish. You have made it through 4 long years at Savannah Arts: homework, projects, SAT, AP tests, college application, and I know your favorite, Zoom and Teams. Some of you didn't show up for those meetings, but we did see your name on the screen. Now we gather one last time for my 11th graduating class at Savannah Arts Academy. But more importantly, a celebration of your graduation and your accomplishments. Your hard work has paid off as you now enter a new chapter of your life. Graduation is the beginning. As C.S. Lewis says, there are far, far better things ahead than any we leave behind. Mark Twain also says, 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the ones you did do. So throw off your line, sail away from the safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, and discover. Welcome, class of 2021, to your beginning. It is my honor to introduce your salutatorian. Whether Maddie is running on the soccer field, mastering one more piece of music on the piano, or working diligently to craft an argument, she strives for perfection. Her work at school and in the community are unmatched. Maddie's plans for her future are not surprising at all. As she leaves her high school career, she steps into her new role as a college student at the University of Notre Dame on the Provost's Academic Scholarship. Likewise, Ava Burr is your valedictorian. She has earned the opportunity to speak today because she exhibits qualities we have come to expect in the leaders of tomorrow. She meets challenges head-on, remains critical of her own work, and exhibits an eagerness for learning. As a visual artist, we hope that Ava continues her art at Williams College in Williamstown, Massachusetts, where she will attend this fall. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the 2021 Savannah Arts Academy salutatorian, Madeline Lossing, followed by the Savannah Arts Academy valedictorian, Miss Ava Burr. Maddie.
Good evening, Dr. Levette, Dr. Buck, Ms. Grabowski, Mr. Lockley, Dr. Ballou, Mr. Cox, teachers, parents, family, friends, and of course, fellow graduates. Thank you so much for being here today as we celebrate the end of our journey at Savannah Arts Academy. Before I came to Savannah Arts, ideas about what the high school experience would be, as I'm sure many of us did. You may have heard someone tell you that high school is the best 4 years of your life. My own parents have had many stories to tell about their high school experiences, and a lot of their closest friends are people they met in high school. And of course, we've all seen Mean Girls. Didn't that teach us all we needed to know about these past 4 years? Whatever we may have believed about high school, we all thought something about it. I knew it was going to be a transformative time in my life, and standing on the other side, I can say with confidence that we've learned a lot from our time in high school. We've tried a lot of new things. Some of us may have ventured into a new sport or joined a club we never thought we would. We've learned to roll with the punches. Throughout the past year especially, we've had challenges thrown at us from every angle, and I have to say that I'm proud of the way we've handled them all. Most importantly, we've made some long-lasting friendships. I know that I now have friends who one day my kids will know as their mom's friends from high school. So overall, I would say that high school was pretty similar to what I thought it would be. We all learned some valuable lessons and gained some valuable friends, just with a little less pink on Wednesdays, because otherwise we would have been dress coded. I would especially like to thank Mr. Lockley for making our time at Savannah Arts Academy unlike any other experience we would have had at any other school. The role of principal at such a unique school as Savannah Arts is certainly not an easy one, but you have done the best job navigating us through every high and low on our journey of these past 4 years, and you have managed to make us laugh through it all. Savannah Arts won't be the same without you, but we will never forget all the dedication and joy you have brought to our school. Before I close, I want to thank each member of the class of 2021 and your guests for taking part in this life-changing ceremony this evening. Thank you.
If there were one word to define our high school experience, it would have to be ambivalent. Sandwiched between two contentious elections, the COVID-19 pandemic, the class of 2021 bore the brunt of all of its externalities. The pandemic robbed us of our goodbyes. I figure this is the first time our entire class has been together since March of 2020. The pandemic has also disproportionately clouded our view of high school. There is so much we are able to experience and accomplish beyond online school. I remember the chills I had watching the student production of Chicago, as so many of our classmates worked together for an amazing final production. We've had multiple concerts from each music department, 2 film fests, several art gallery openings, and let's not forget the 2 pulled fire alarms on the same day. Also, I know you've all had that one class that had a lasting impact on you. And of course, a personal shout out to the track team. We placed it state this, well, I should say the girls track team placed it state this year, which is a first for the Savannah Arts Academy. So, let's not forget our good times. Our accomplishments are numerous. We have won personal recognitions as well as school recognitions. An encounter that best demonstrates the brilliance of our class lies in a brief exchange between another student and me. I was, for whatever reason, feeling emotionally exhausted, kind of like someone put me in a sleeping bag and threw me against a pole. Evidently, I looked it too. When I stopped to say hi to this student in the hallway, he asked me if I was okay and gave me a hug. He had no idea how much I needed that, and I cried the entire walk home. Our class is strong because we have supported each other in our academic and artistic achievements. We have come into our real and virtual own. Ultimately, ambivalence likely describes how most of us are feeling right now too. On one hand, everyone is heading off to a new and exciting future, whether that be college, whether it be the workforce, or whether it be the armed forces. Still, many of us are looking for the closure that we did not have when we left for March for spring break last year. We did not know then that we were saying goodbye. But today, as we graduate, we must now say a formal goodbye to each other, people with whom we have spent long, formative years with. So with that, goodbye Savannah Arts. Goodbye school building that is as quirky as our student body. Goodbye from getting lost to floor. Goodbye classmates, goodbye teachers, and finally, goodbye to our principal, Mr. Lockley. We don't know what Savannah Arts Academy will do without you. Thank you for your many years of commitment, and thank you for giving us the skinny one last time. We have spent the last 4 years learning cognition as well as character. Here's to a lifetime more. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. We are so proud of the many educators who teach in Savannah, Chatham County, and in particular, Savannah Arts Academy. Thanks to the Educate Chatham Foundation Incorporated, the senior class is able to recognize their 2021 Inspirational Educator with a $500 grant for future use in their classroom. The 2021 Inspirational Educator Grant Award is made possible by the Educate Chatham Foundation, which is a nonprofit organization dedicated to the support of Savannah Chatham County Public Schools. The Savannah Arts class of 2021 has selected Mr. Bradley Wallace as their Inspirational Educator. Mr. Wallace, will you please come to the podium?
I'm humbled. I'm thankful. The best of luck to such a wonderful, resilient class.
Thank you, Mr. Wallace. Thank you, ladies. You ready? Will the class of 2020 please stand? I'm sorry, 2021, please stand. Let me try that again. Will the Savannah Arts Academy class of 2021 please stand? You guys did such a good job practicing Friday, and I'm still back in May 2020. Having met the requirements of the Savannah-Chatham County Board of Education and the Board of Education of the State of Georgia, I hereby declare by the power vested in me that you, the class of 2021, are graduates of Savannah Arts Academy and the Savannah-Chatham County Public School System. You may be seated.
Ava Burr. Madeline Lossing. Emily Alexander. Sarah Allen. Dava Allgaier. Charity Anchors. Ellen Caroline Arantes. Hayden Arnett. Jojo Asimi. Thomas Bailey. Willem Ballard. Cameron Bargeron. Natalie Barker. Riley Benson. Ashley Best. CJ Bocolt. Shay Boggs. Lexis Botello. Francesca Boylston. Mackenzie Boylston. Zachary Brannon. Julianne Brasso. Mariano Carrillo. Michaela Carter. Irene Castro Delgado. Chloe Chapman. Sarah Compton. Catherine Connell. Serena Copeland. Megan Cullen. Jessica Curran. Sarah Curry. Faith Daniels. Garth Daniels. Isabel Davis. Miguel de la Osurita. Larissa Deniculi. George Dennis. Damaris Diaz Castillo. Lauren DiCera. Jocelyn Dickey. Kayla Dietz. Peyton Den. Alexandria Dolan. Anna Claire Edenfield. Griffin Ellis. Drew Blakely. Fan club. Emerson Elmgren. Natalie Elmgren. Sophia Emmerich. Davis Evans. Avery Fisher. Gwendolyn Flaherty. Brett Ford. Riley Franco. Azura Fernari. Emma Gamble. Danisha Geiger. Michaela Gifford. Kaylee Given. Graham Glass. Annabelle Glisson. Abigail Goldsmith. Pacia Goodway. Spence Grafton. Carmen Grant. Brandon Gravine. Jeffrey Gress. Sanaya Hamilton. Mackenzie Harley. Jay Harris. Hadrian Harrison. Aiden Hayes. Anna Hunger. Sarah Javits. Hunter Jenkins. William Jennings. Young Joe. Dejanay Johnson. Demetria Jones. Caitlin Jones. Sophia Justice. Ariana Kalantari. Savannah Karam. Sierra Karam. Olivia Kelly. Jimmy Kim. John King. Trista King. Kelsey Cridy. Quinn Kuchera. Kaylin Curtis. Kamaya Lacey. Abigail Landers. Christopher Latson. Madeline Learman. Bryce Lacates. Olivia Leonard. Koji Lowe. Cameron Lowry. Catherine Lukovich. Allegra Luna. Emma Madsen. Jennifer Mai. Carter Manley. Sainty Mars. Gianna Martins. Brianna May. Amelia McCorvey. Catherine McMillan. Sinya Miranda. Ethan Messier. William Mobley. Erica Moriarty. Ariel Morris. Cleon Morris. Kiana Morris. Logan Munkus. Aaron Murphy. Jacob Morell. Dorothy Neal. Katrina Nemanik. Tam Wynn. Vincent Wynn. Caitlin Nicholson. Jamar Nixon. Emeka North. Brandon Nugara. Lawrence O'Hearn. Felipe Oliveira. Peter Olszewski. Shema Omar. Madison Orr. Noah Pachter. Johanna Parch. Juan Perez Arcos. Serena Pham. Jamila Pickering. Emily Pineris. Constantine Pirro. Thea Polite. Oliver Pollard. Azaria Pollen. Haley Pond. Sophia Powell. Francis Prager. Christina Quach. Sarah Margaret Rabishaw. Isabella Ramirez. Lee Reed. Hey, Lee. Gabrielle Chloe Riley. Brianna Reyes. Ella Reynolds. Crystal Richard. Maya Rickman. Lee Reed. Brian Rios. Joshua Rogers. Hilmi Rukmana. Sterling Salandi. Kai Schindler. Sarah Schwegler. Olivia Scott. Alexandria Sharp. Mary Kelly Sheehan. Hollingsworth Ann Shelton. Samuel Shin. Elaine Smith. Elizabeth Grace Smith. Elizabeth Susabel Smith. Emily Smith. Emma Smith. Jamie Smith. Julia Smith. Catherine Sneed. Liesel Spiel. MJ Speckert. Jasmine Stansel. Alexis Stanford. David Stark. Megan Stark. Ciandra Stokes. Selah Summerall. Kaylin Summers. Quincy Taylor. Mackenzie Teams. Cole Temple. Catherine Tennyson. Stephen Thomas. Shawnee Thompson. Julia Toma. Kevin Tran. Quinn Tran. Trin Trong. Amy Tucker. Mallory Tuttle. Avery Usher. Mary Porche Warner. Casey Weaver. Michaela West. Caroline Whalen. Taylor White. Christopher Williams. Jennifer Williamson. Jalene Woods. Quinaya Wright. William Yang. Avi Zhang. Michelle Walker. Nell Yerxitis. Josh Hine. Nicholas Moy. Avery Sullivan. Kaylin Von Dolterin.
And that, folks, is the Savannah Arts Academy class of 2021, the $10 million class. Give a round of applause to our seniors who have brought in $10 million in scholarships this year. Congratulations, seniors. The class of 2021 experienced one more challenging year, but as expected, they rose to the challenge. Savannah Arts is proud to graduate 220 seniors as well as early graduates who have once again secured over $10 million in academic scholarships. In addition to Georgia's flagship universities, we will be sending very, very prepared students to SCAD, Mercer University, University of Notre Dame, Vanderbilt University, Princeton, Sarah Lawrence, NYU, Pace, University of California, my personal favorite, the University of Miami, the Armed Forces, and of course, the workforce. Let's have a round of applause for our graduating class. We are proud of your work and will continue to watch you grow as you navigate through the next chapter of your life. Will the class of 2021 please stand? Superintendent, Dr. Ann Levette, Board of Education President, Dr. Joe Buck, district representatives, and other members of the Board of Education and Administration. It is my privilege and honor to certify that these distinguished students standing before you have successfully completed the requirements for graduation for the state of Georgia, the Savannah-Chatham County Board of Education, and Savannah Arts Academy for Visual and Performing Arts. Graduates, you may turn your tassels. Once again, family, friends, please join me in congratulating the Savannah Arts Academy of Visual and Performing Arts class of 2021. This concludes the end of our ceremony. Thank you, and let the celebrations begin.